Hey guys, welcome to Project Metal Music's YouTube channel with your host El Young, and we are here with the brilliant Joe from Rain of Fire. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Joe, could you introduce yourself and what you do within Rain of Fire?
You bet. I'm the lead singer for Rain of Fire. We've been together for about 2 years. The other members of the band are Rob Chrisman on guitar. He also plays keyboards and synthesizers. Pete Bartolome is the drummer. He does most of our mixing and mastering. And Jim Davidge is our bass player. He's also our tech guy, so he handles our website.
Cool, cool. So let's dive into some questions. As a kid, what were you listening to?
Well, I had a cousin who was a drummer, and when I was really young, 6, 7 years old, so I was listening to stuff right away. I was listening to Led Zeppelin and Jimi Hendrix, Deep Purple, through the '70s, UFO, Judas Priest, Rainbow, Nugent, Trower, and then in the later '70s, kind of Van Halen, Boston, then into Maiden, Triumph, Rush. So I was really into like the harder stuff, the guitar, guitar-oriented rock, and I had a rangy voice when I was young. I had a really high stratospheric voice, so I love doing the high stuff like Rick M. Triumph. That was always my kind of my thing.
Yeah, cool. Cool. So, who actually got you into music? Was it your cousin? Was it
Was
like another family member, or was it just like? Sorry.
it was my cousin. My cousin gave me my first microphone when I was 13. So I started to hook up with bands from high school. Graduated into active bands that were playing in clubs. And the funny thing was, I was underage, so I could go in and sing, and then I'd have to immediately leave because I was underage once we finished with the show. So I'd have to wait outside. But I continued all through my 20s, 30s,
Yeah.
pretty much never quit. I took a brief hiatus after leaving LA. I was in a band called 7 Months in Los Angeles. Took a little break and got back into it. So I've really almost never missed a beat. Been sticking to it for almost 40 years.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Who actually inspired you to become a singer? Was it a band from was it one of the bands that you grew up with, or was it
It
just
actually
like, you know what, I
it
want
was
to do this type of thing?
It was Bon Scott from AC/DC. When Bon Scott died, it was February 1980. Um, I was 15 years old. So, but a 15-year-old mindset. I thought I can do AC/DC. I can sing just like Bon Scott. So that was really kind of the impetus. And so I started getting into local bands, and I was hoping at some point, man, I'm gonna see if I can hook up with AC/DC. But then you start getting into your own stuff, and it never stopped.
Yeah. Cool. So, what bands were you in before starting with?
uh, at a younger age, much younger age, I played with the guitarist that I have now, Rob Chrisman, and that was part of how we ended up back together. We played in a band back in the Chicago area called Geneva. I also sang for a band called the Michael Ray Band. We put out an album. I sang for Strychnine. We put out 2 albums. Then I went to Los Angeles, sang for a band called 7 Months. We had an album that did pretty well in Europe, and had music in movies out of Hollywood. We're an LA band. And when I came back, when I ended up leaving California, moved to Florida, that's when I took a little break and started up with Strychnine again, and then formulated a band with some musician friends of mine down in the Keys called Joe Boo and the Dog. And Rain of Fire I've been doing for the last probably 2.5 years.
Yeah, cool. So let's sort of like get to what has Rain of Fire been. Okay.
Well, we've got 5 singles out now, and we try to we're trying to hit in every direction, since this is it's pretty much a recording project. I'm in Florida, and the rest of the band is in Vegas. So we miss out on the opportunities to generate interest with live shows. So we can't play out live. That may change in the future, but for right now, based on where we're at, we try to put video to every song. We've got 5 singles out now, and they're everywhere. And we're working on the 6th song that's probably going to be out within the next month. And all of this is being dedicated to a concept album. So we're building on what will probably be a 9, maybe 10 song album that we hope to have completed by next year. And the concept is about a guy who he gets injured in war. The very first song was what this was built upon. And through the course of the album, he's unconscious, doesn't know if he's losing his life or losing his mind. He's experiencing past lives. So each of the songs is one of the past lives that he's lived. And we're not telling anybody how it's going to finish, but the final song will kind of bring it all to a close.
Yeah. Cool. So you've released 5 singles. You're going to be releasing the 6th. How many sort of like songs will be on this album?
We're looking at 9 or 10. We've got a few more songs that are the music is has begun. We haven't completed them yet. So over the course of the next 6 to 8 months, we hope to finish those up. And then once it's all finished, it'll be packaged into the album.
Oh, cool. Have you got like sort of like a release date for this for the album? Is it going to be something later on next year?
Right. Yeah. It'll probably be.
Have you got a sort of like a release date?
It'll probably a mid-late year release. It's all a matter of how long will the next couple songs take us to complete.
All right. Okay. Cool. Are you sort of like in the process of writing material in between, like doing the album, like for like different sort of like projects?
Yeah, I'm working on a second album with my friends down in the Florida Keys. So the Jobu and the Dog project will have another album out probably around the same time next year. And I've got another project I'm working on with a guy from Chicago, Randy Nitch. He played with a band called Saint Tragedy. So he and I have a couple songs written, and we're working on recording those as well. So we're moving forward with that. So I've got a couple other projects in the hopper. But Rain of Fire is really kind of that's my big deal.
Cool. So if all the stars line up and everything you got sort of like backing to do a tour of, say, a full tour of the US, would you sort of like do a tour with Rain of Fire?
We'd love to. As it stands right now, we're still in, kind of in the early phases of getting this entire thing completed. We don't have enough body of music that we would be able to tour with yet. But once the album is complete, then yeah, that's something we're kind of looking forward to, looking into as a future step.
Yeah, if you did sort of like start doing a tour of, say, the US, would and it's a sort of like a success. Would you look to sort of like go further afield, like say into Canada or down into Mexico or South America or even over to Europe or South Africa?
Absolutely, no doubt. If we were able to have success in the U.S. and it could slingshot us into international, we'd love to go international.
Oh, cool. So, where can people find you on sort of like social media?
We're on all of the streaming services, so Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, Amazon Music, all of them. You can find our YouTube channel it's at Rain of Fire Band, and we can be found on Facebook, also Rain of Fire. We're on Twitter, which is now X. We've got a website, which is rof.rocks, ROCKS. So you can pretty much find us anywhere.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I've put the links to your Facebook, YouTube, and your website in the chat, and also into the description below. So, guys, if you want to listen to a damn good band, go go check out Rain of Fire. They're
Awesome.
absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I can't wait for the next installment.
The next song is called
So
Call of Vikings, and it's a
this is probably sorry. Yeah.
our next song is called Call of Vikings,
Cool.
and it's
Looking forward to that one. Looking forward to that one.
You want to grab the battle axe and go out and backing things up.
Cool. Looking forward to it. So this is my this is going to be my sort of like last question, and unless somebody in the chat wants to ask any questions, my last question is any advice for people who want to become a musician?
If you want to become a musician, you have to do it. I mean, it's a lifestyle, and it's the most satisfying thing you'll ever do in your life. You have to work hard. The funny thing is, people would ask me all the time, "Do you make any money?" And I'd always jokingly tell them, "No, I make music." You don't make money; you make music. And if the money comes, then you're lucky. But for the most part, you focus on the art, and it gives you the opportunity to express yourself, still tell stories, play in front of people, be a performer, be an artist. And if you pour your heart and soul into it, you win every single day. If somebody wants to become a musician, they have to do it. It's the most satisfying thing in your life.
Oh yeah, sound advice. So this any last words before we start sort of like wrap things up?
Hope everybody will go and check our stuff out. Because Rain of Fire is, strictly a recording project. It's tough for us to promote. We don't get to do the live audience thing. That may come in the future, hopefully. But check us out. Give us a listen. I think most anybody who listens to our stuff, they're going to like it.
Yeah, cool. Yes, guys, make sure if you want to check out some really good music and a really good band, I highly recommend Rain of Fire. These guys are absolutely amazing. So go check them out, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Al. I appreciate that.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you so much, Joe, for coming on and doing this little interview. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
It's been a blast. It's been a blast. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. So, guys, one final time, go check out Rain of Fire. You won't be disappointed. And until next time, catch you all later.